Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, last week's video was how to avoid modeling scams. This week's video is how to avoid acting scams. I'm starting out 2023 on the right foot by telling you how to avoid scams. So, without further ado, let's jump into this week's video. Now, I did all my research on acting scams as I did on modeling scams, so this is all on the internet. So, the number one thing you need to remember with acting scams is if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So if someone's offering you an exorbitant amount of money, actually, this is one of the examples. Okay, this is a really, really long example, but I'm going to start out with the first one, the really long one. Okay, so you get contacted by a potential employer saying they want to hire you for an acting gig. That's great. Fantastic. Except they tell you they're going to send you a check for 20% of the fee they're going to pay you. Red flag number one. A couple weeks later, you get the check. Now, you were told to get the check and put it in the bank. Now, you get the check, and it's supposed to be for, let's say, $2,000. That's 20% of what you're going to get paid. Okay, except there's more money in it than $2,000. Let's say they added $500 for headshots. So your check is for $2,500, not $2,000, which you figured out. So you're like, that's odd. So you call the company, or you call the potential employer, and they say it's for you to get headshots with this specific photographer. So you deposit the check, you take the $500, and you go get headshots, or to pay for the headshot person. Because you'll get the rest of your pay the day you're on set, which doesn't normally work that way. So that's red flag number two. And then so you deposit the check, thinking it's a legit check because it looks like a check made by a company, like the legit company, except it's being forged by someone who's not legit. So you take the money you take it to the bank and you deposit it. It goes through, nothing wrong. So you take your $500 out for the photographer. And then here's where the red flag number three is. You get a call from your bank a few days later. So not, the next day or a few hours later. No, a few days later, you get a call from your bank saying, hey, the check is not legit, not safe, not whatever they want to say. I don't know what banks say when stuff like that happens. And they say because you own the account, you have to pay the money back to the bank, or you'll be charged with criminal charges because it's a forged check. The only problem is you didn't forge the check, but you signed it and you deposited it into your account, which makes it your check. So even though it looks real, don't. It's not. It's a scam. That's a top scam. They trick you into paying money or into depositing a check. That's not how it works. You're not going to get paid up front. No. So that's a scam. Please run. Okay, so now that we got the long one out of the way, start with the red flags. Okay, not the red flags of that, just red flags in general. Promise of becoming an instant star. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up one day famous after being on set one time, or not being on set at all. Like, you're not going to wake up the next day famous. Number two, amateur phrases of no experience necessary. Now, that does not apply to extras or background work because you don't need experience to be an extra. So there's that. Okay, so that's for like major roles, or to trick you into thinking that you can get that major blockbuster role with no experience. That doesn't work either. And red flag number three is guarantee agent or guaranteed representation. It's not a guarantee that you're going to get an agent. You may not get an agent for a while. So don't fall for the scam that says, we're going to get you an agent, you're going to get instant stardom. No, don't fall for it. Those are the two major red flags to watch out for. So the thing with scammers is they target the young child or, well, they target the child, the young person, anyone who has any inkling to be an actor, to be in the industry. They'll target you. And they'll say things like, you're gonna be famous. You look so good. I could see you in the movies. You look just like that star. And she started out just like you. Or he started out just like you. Don't believe them. Now, I'm not saying you can't be in the movies. I'm not saying you don't look like those actors. I'm saying that that's what scammers do to try and get you to pay them money. And you know what you should learn from someone saying, you should take my acting classes. You should learn to run. Because they're a scam. They're trying to scam you out of money. And they're just trying to get your hopes up. And nobody wants to get their hopes up. So, they usually target the child, the teenager, the young person who wants to be in the movies. They only target them because they're easy targets and they're very believable of everything they say. They're willing to give out their credit card or pay them money because they think what they're saying is true. It's kind of sad. But honestly, I mean, they do sound pretty, some of those people do sound really legit. Walking through the mall with your mom, your best friend, your family, I don't know, or just by yourself. You're just walking around the mall and they approach you and say, you could be in the movies. Okay, first of all, you're flattered because you always thought so, but it's nice to hear someone else say it. Or you never really thought so, but it's interesting if someone would say it. So he or she offers you their business card. Now, their business card could be like Star One Talent or Top Star, Top Talent, something like that. That makes you think they've heard of it before. Give me a call, come in, we'll talk. So, the next day or whatever, you talk it over with your family or whatever, or you don't. It's up to you, however you want to. Except, you probably should talk it over with your family because you go in to meet this guy. First of all, there's about 1,000 people that are in there. Maybe not 1,000, but you catch my drift, it's a lot. Or there's absolutely nobody there and it's dead. You go in, you meet with him. He says, I recommend you take these acting classes that are in-house acting classes or get a headshot with this specific photographer. You need to run because an agent does not push their specific photographer on you for headshots. They might give you a list of preferred ones, but you can get your headshots taken wherever you want. And also, all they're trying to do is get your money because guess what? He can promise the red flag of instant star, instant representation. Remember those red flags I talked about? He can promise those. They're not going to come true. So don't listen to them. So when he asks for your credit card information, 2, reserve your spot in their classes. Politely decline and leave and then report them. You can report them. It's okay. Report them to the Better Business Bureau. They need to know that people out there like that, trying to take your money, trying to scam you out of things. Also, before you go with the person with the, business card that just handed you it at the mall, first of all, don't listen to what mall scammers say, because they're not scouts. They're scammers in disguise. Google the agency, the name of the person, and Google and see what comes up. And if it comes up, we'll go with Star One Talent Agency LLC, and then if the word scam appears in the search things, just click on it and find out what it has to say. Do your research. Don't meet with them. Don't sign with them. No, it's not safe. Okay, So there was this big thing a couple of years ago called a casting director workshop, which sounds like a workshop where casting directors like have a workshop, have you come in, read for them, you know, like read samples so you can get your audition better or whatever. Yeah, it wasn't. A lot of casting directors lost their job or almost lost their job because it wasn't a casting director workshop. It was a casting director pay to play audition, basically. So you paid for this workshop, but it was the people who paid for the workshop were the ones who got to audition for the casting director's projects. Not the people, there was not just people for the projects. Like, no, the only people who could audition for, and one of them, I believe, I could be completely wrong, I forgot to look it up, but I could be wrong, but I think one of them was one of the casting directors for Criminal Minds. Got in trouble for this and got fired from Criminal Minds because he decided to have it pay-to-play audition, and that's not how auditioning works. You don't pay to audition. Do not go for a casting director workshop. Find out more information about this. And look up casting director workshop scams, and you'll find all the information on what I had just mentioned about the casting directors only allowing the people that went to the workshop to audition for their projects. That's another scam type thing out there for auditions. You never have to pay to audition. Ever. And no respectable agent will charge you to audition. So always do your research on websites. Find out if you can. I don't know if you can, but see if you can find out how to verify the validity. Yeah. See if you can find out the validity of the website or when it was created. Be a lot better and a lot safer and a lot smarter because you'll be less likely to be scammed. Sorry, I have a paper, just like I did modeling scams. Remember, your red flags. Promise of instant stardom. No experience necessary for anywhere. Don't fall for it. Guarantees of agent representation. Again, don't fall for it. Remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Now, I didn't say all this stuff to discourage you from acting or for trying to get into acting industry or anything like that. I don't want you guys to fall for a scam or to get scammed out of money. So that's why I'm warning you as we go into 2023 to beware of acting scams, and last week was modeling scams. Beware of them. So if you ever found yourself scammed or falling for a scam, or you think you might be in a scam right now, first of all, report it, find out more information, and then if you know of a new scam out there that I don't know about, please let me know in the comments and I will check it out. Now I'm not like a licensed anybody important person. I just want you guys to be safe. So with that being said, be safe. Let me know in the comments what types of videos you would like to see. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you'd like. I personally would like you to subscribe and join the family. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.